Hi, I'm Dee from D Gardener, and today we are talking about vegetable scraps and what vegetable scraps can do for your compost heap and for your soil, and also what it did for my compost heap, which was totally unintentional, but I am rather pleased. So, composting, I think it's quite common knowledge that any beginner gardener needs to know how to make and create a good compost heap. I think it's vital to add your vegetable scraps to your compost heap. The vegetable scraps are full of phosphorus and nitrogen, which is essential for plant growth, and it also creates a beautiful texture to the compost once everything breaks down. And it's a great way of getting rid of the vegetable scraps in your kitchen, which minimizes insects and bugs and ants and things like that. So, for any beginner gardener, I would really suggest getting a compost heap together and also using your vegetable scraps in the compost heap. One thing I did is before the winter came, I composted a lot of potato peels, such as these ones. And I used to dig a hole inside the compost heap, a nice deep hole, and then I would shove them down and cover them up, break them down a little bit, and then cover them up, and then leave it, water the compost heap, and then that would be it. So I am guilty. In the winter, I am a terrible gardener. In the winter, I focus much more on the microgreens in the winter. But what happened is, in my garden area, it's very secluded, right? So I don't go there too often. But I was pleasantly surprised to what I saw in my compost heap. So actually, what happened is I have a bunch of potato plants that grew from potato peels like this in my compost heap. Without me watering it, without me adding any nutrients or anything to it, it actually started to grow. Now I have a bunch of potato plants in my compost heap, and they are producing. Well, this is a small one, but they are producing small little potatoes like this. So I decided that today I'm going to try to harvest and see what I get out of that compost heap. I don't think they will be big potatoes. I think they'll probably be small, which is beautiful for things like stews and poikies and things like that. Um, so I'm going to harvest them today and then see what we can get, and hopefully I can get good enough size potatoes to can so that I can actually peel them and cook them and make a dish with them, which is the whole purpose of this channel, showing you how to grow, how to harvest, how to cook, showing you the whole process from growing to harvesting to cooking. So yeah, let's see. I'm not sure how this is gonna go, but yeah, let's have a look. So here you can see my compost heap. It's a little rough, I guess, around the edges. Um, but yeah, this is my compost heap, and here are all the potato plants that started to grow out of my compost heap. As you can see, I use my microgreen um, trays, the soil that's left in the trays after I harvest, to stack up my compost heap. But they have grown like crazy. Whoa! We got potatoes! These are big ones. We actually got potatoes. I didn't expect them to be as big as this. That is insane. Whoa! Whoa, this is a big one. And it's without me having to do anything. These are from, I can't get low enough. These are from vegetable scraps. Look at the size of these potatoes. Whoa, that is insane. Whoa, another one. Now I just want to show you how these potatoes are just chilling on the surface over here. As you can see, here are the potato plants, and some of the potatoes are really just on the surface. That is insane. I can't believe this one is so big. I didn't expect that at all. So just to put it into perspective, I went from these vegetable scraps to potatoes the size of this one in about 3 months without having to water, without having to put extra nutrients into the soil, without having to check the soil or anything. In about 3 months, let's say 4 months maybe. So as you have something called like passive income, you have passive gardening just by adding vegetable scraps to your compost heap. As I said, I'm not a gardening expert. I'm not a professional, or I'm not acting like I know a lot. It's just I'm a beginner gardener, but doing things like this just makes sense. Why would you buy a sack of potatoes for the price that you are buying them at if you can just plant them by the scraps that you get from them, and you get to harvest potatoes this size? It doesn't make sense to me that we buy so much vegetables from shops and grocery stores if we can just plant them ourselves. Now, I know it's not sustainable, probably. You're not going to get this every week, right? But if you plan correctly, then you can get a lot of potatoes and a lot of any other type of vegetable if you just plan and schedule ahead. Um, we have to start going back to growing our food ourselves and not just depending on commercial farmers or big farmers to produce our food for us. So yeah, I will do another video where I will actually cook. I will cook these potatoes and see what the final dish will be. Um, yeah, what we can do with these potatoes. I'm not sure. I'm not a fan of mash, so I don't think I'll do a mash. Maybe I'll do like a roasted potato in the oven. I think we'll do roasted potatoes. And yeah, thank you. If you like my videos, please subscribe, please like or comment. And yeah, see you soon.